expectations of national bodies such as UUC, NAC and NIRF. As far as academics is concerned, the university has grown leaps and bounds over the years by way of offering programs in general, professional and technical education streams. The university puts a greater emphasis on framing and revising the curricula periodically to fulfill the ever-changing needs, predicted trends and differentiated gaps at the global level with view to facilitate the mobility of students either for higher education or for employment and entrepreneurship. Presently, the university is teaching the relevant curriculum prepared as per NEP 2020 in tune with learning outcomes-based curriculum framework. Moreover, the university is developing the right kind of properly defined pedagogy to make education more experiential, holistic, integrated, inquiry-driven and learner-centric through various learning activities such as listening, reading, thinking, discussing and writing. The programs are holistically designed to transform education and are flexible enough to make students think critically and solve problems individually and collectively through the acquisition of knowledge, skills and competency in addition to acquiring the right attitudes and values. The examination and evaluation systems at the university stand testimony to the high degree of confidentiality and transparency maintained by the university. Presently, there are about 2,600 students enrolled in UG, PG and PhD programs offered at the university. Today, 698 students are receiving their degrees in this convocation. We are presenting the degrees to the graduates who passed out during the academic year 2022 and also 42 graduates and 50 PhD students, PhD scholars are receiving the gold medals and PhD degrees respectively. The faculty members of various departments of the university are able to publish a good number of research papers in well-cited and high impact factor journals, in addition to publishing papers or articles in proceedings, books and also a chapters in books. Further, the research at the university is of a high quality and its credentials are proved by the number of patents filed and number of expanding partnerships and collaborations signed with national and international institutions and organizations. I am happy to place on record a fact that a good number of faculties got projects from various funding agencies from the country and abroad. In view of the emphasis laid on research, the CUK established the Research and Development Cell with a view to facilitate research ecosystem, foster research quality and promote research clusters through centers of excellence. The university has introduced annual research awards to promote, recognize and encourage the research among the faculty members. The university has taken several measures to establish various institutional structures and form committees not only to initiate institutional development activities but also to streamline the accountability and transparency in various governance practices. Further, the university adopted and implemented the e-governance platform of Samarth portal provided by the Ministry of Education, the Government of India for automation of the university administration. The university is the forefront in matters of taking up outreach activities for community empowerment, and it has adopted nearby villages. The Department of Social Work conducts a series of skill development programs for self-help groups, besides taking steps to improve study habits of school children, impart life skills development programs to children and adolescent groups, launching sanitation campaign and women empowerment. To make the campus energy sufficient, solar power generation plants were set up on self-sustainable model. The university has established a Braille Resource Center and Prasar Ranga, the publication house for knowledge dissemination. Further, the university established the COVID-19 testing lab for the benefit of the people of this region during the pandemic period with the financial assistance from the government of Karnataka. The Central University of Karnataka is in the process of establishing a sophisticated instrumentation center and incubation and skill development center to cater to the needs of the university faculty, staff, research scholars, students and other higher education institutions, research organizations and industry in the North Karnataka region. Recently, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has inaugurated the sophisticated instrumentation center and incubation and skill development center. The university implemented NEP 2020 by offering 4 years undergraduate honors programs as per National Curriculum and Credit Framework at the undergraduate level with a discipline-specific core major and minor courses with a multidisciplinary approach from the academic year 2022-23. The university is also offering a 4-year UG programs in BTech Mathematics and Computing. It is one of the new subjects, and BTech Computer Science Engineering. The university has taken several steps to strengthen its academic activities, which include periodic revision of curricula to enhance experiential learning and critical thinking, creation of infrastructure for the fruitful use of new pedagogical tool of digital boards for effective classroom teaching, development of templates for holistic approach to offer skill and multidisciplinary and universally accessible education, organizing workshops on capacity building of faculty and staff. I am delighted to place on record the big achievement of the university. The university has found a place in the NIRF ranking list in the range of 151 to 200 in the year 2023 NIRF ranking list for the first time in the history of Central University of Karnataka, and I am recognized the dedicated efforts of the faculty of the university. I am happy to share that CUK is one of the fastest growing central universities in the country in terms of academic, research and innovation output. The university has a lot of talent and we take all possible steps to nourish the same. We as a university are committed to quality in academics, research, publications and administration, and we have taken several measures to ensure that the quality in all our endeavors with the active participation of every single employee. I am sure that we will be able to achieve the objective of the university in the shortest possible time. I congratulate all the graduates and doctorate degree holders who are going to receive the degrees today in presence of this august gathering, and also I congratulate all the gold medalists for their academic excellence. I wish them all the best in their future endeavors. We are extremely indebted to Justice B.S. Patil ji, Lokayukta of Karnataka, for not only accepting our invitation to attend the 7th Convocation of the University, but also accepting our request to deliver the Convocation address. I am thankful to him for taking great pains and sparing valuable time by coming all the way from Bangalore to Kalaburagi. Sir, your presence in the Central University of Karnataka gives a great deal of inspiration to all our students, scholars, faculty and stakeholders. I congratulate and compliment the Controller of Examinations and his team, and also the chairpersons and members of various committees for making all-out efforts for the successful conduct of this 7th Convocation of Central State of Karnataka. Thank you, one and all. Jai Hind.
He started practice at Bangalore. While practicing as advocate, Justice Patil conducted number of cases pertaining to all branches of law such as civil, several corporate bodies such as KPTCL, Karnataka Agro Industries Corporation, Honorable High Court of Karnataka on 21st.
Alongside my profession as a lawyer in Bangalore. That is how my bond with academicians and students has evolved. And the profession of teaching is a very revered profession and a very dear one. That was the reason why I spent a very important phase of my life as a judge also. I availed the opportunity of delivering several lectures in the Judicial Academy at Karnataka and the Judicial Academy, National Judicial Academy at Bhopal. The teaching involves two persons. One is the teacher, the other is the student. We normally think that it is the job of the teacher to come prepared and teach. And the teacher does prepare very deeply, with taking all pain, bringing so many books, going through so many articles. He comes prepared, fully prepared. But then what is the role of the students? The student's role is equally important. He need not prepare himself by reading those chapters earlier, which perhaps is a bigger expectation on my part. But then at least he can prepare to listen. Listening is an art. Deep listening is a very powerful, transforms your life. The quality of your listening, the power of your listening, the depth of your listening transforms the life of the student and elevates the teacher to a higher level in his accomplishment, in his delivery, in his quality and excellence. Because once he realizes that the students are so keenly listening, they are so deep in their listening, they are appreciating the lecture, then the students will, the teacher will feel validated. The next day he will come, he will burn the midnight oil, because the students listen and ask questions and the teacher goes on preparing, coming up with wonderful ideas, sharing with full potentiality and wherever possible with great humor. So this is my experience as a teacher. So therefore, the students have the power of listening, and that power is no less valuable than the teacher's power. But most of the times what happens, in the listening, there are so many blocks. The listening doesn't take place, the depth of listening, we do not enter the depth of listening. What is the reason? The reason is man is designed, his mind is designed in such a way that if something is told to him, there is an internal voice chattering going on in the mind which says, no, this subject is boring. He has certain prejudices. The voice starts saying, jurisprudence, economics, this subject, that subject, oh, it is very boring. This teacher, he is not very interesting. So certain subjects he will go back and sit in the last bench. Certain subjects you come and sit in the front bench. And some teachers you listen intensely. Some teachers you don't listen. Why is it happening like this? There is a scientific reason. All minds play like this. This is a game played by the mind. There is a voice chattering going on, inner voice going on in our mind, and there are three enemies of listening. What are those three enemies of listening? One is the voice of judgment. As the teacher speaks, as the subject is told, the voice of judgment in the mind of the student says, this subject I don't like, this is boring, this teacher I am not very much fancied. So this voice of judgment kills the power of listening, the quality of listening. You have lost one very special hour, you have not even listened 5% of it because of the voice of judgment, your prejudices. Then the second enemy of your power of listening is the voice of cynicism. The voice of cynicism is a pessimistic voice which goes on talking to you inside saying that, how is it going to make any difference for you? Everybody comes and says hammers, and you have to listen to everybody. How are you going to take everything? Ultimately, 1 month, whatever I read, that will be there in my mind. Whatever is taught here will not make any difference. I will have 1 month, prepare for the examination, then write the examination. So, this is a pessimistic approach, not an optimistic approach. Then the voice of fear, the third one is the voice of fear. Voice of fear is saying something, and am I going to become a vice chancellor, a lokayukta, or a judge? I am only taking a degree. I have no further future. That fear of not achieving something also comes in the way of intensely listening. So therefore you have to win over these three voices. Voice of judgment, voice of cynicism, voice of fear. How do you win it over? Voice of judgment and cynicism can be killed by curiosity, by wondering, by enthusiasm, bringing in enthusiasm, by listening to the classes, by bringing in joy, experiencing joy in the class about the subject. Supposing you are in, what do you mean by wondering? Wondering is, you wonder, is that so? In a class pertaining to chemistry, or if it is a fundamental duties, chapter pertaining to fundamental duties in the Constitution of India. There are so many fundamental duties, many of you may not be knowing it. One of the important fundamental duties in the Constitution of India is duty to achieve excellence. Now you will be wondering, start wondering, what is this duty to achieve excellence? It is the fundamental, the Constitution says, Article 55A. It is the fundamental duty of every citizen to constantly strive to achieve excellence in the sphere of activity in which he is engaged in. Whether he is a student, teacher, judge, lokayukta, whoever he is, in his sphere of activity, he must achieve excellence. Constantly strive to achieve excellence. Not try to achieve excellence, strive to achieve excellence. Relentlessly make effort to achieve excellence. This is his fundamental duty. Why? Because the article further goes on to say, why? Because individual excellence leads to collective excellence. Collective excellence takes the nation to the great height. If you want a great Bharat, a Shrestha Bharat, a great university, a great state, a great legal system, then you need to achieve excellence. As a student, each one of you achieve excellence as you have achieved now, and you are being awarded the degree because your individual excellence which you have achieved now will take the education system, will take this university to further greater heights. And that is why we are rejoicing today here we have this congregation to award the degrees to you, to the excellent students who have won awards, who have won gold medals. So, because your individual excellence leads to the collective excellence of the nation. Now, education, skill, knowledge is one aspect of the matter. One has to acquire knowledge, one has to have skill, because that is your stepping stone to get into any job. But that is not all. Acquiring knowledge, you may be very intelligent, you may be skillful, but if you lack strong character, ethical values, a wonderful direction towards a journey in your life, then all the knowledge that you have acquired, all the skill that you are possessing will be of no use. Now let me share my experience as Lokayukta in this connection. There is rampant corruption in the state, in the entire country. There is maladministration. There are derelictions of duties in each department from public servants. We find complacency among the public servants in discharge of their duties. There are very good officers, there are best officers. I am not generalizing everything. I am saying, despite being good officers found in different departments, the menace of corruption, menace of maladministration, the dereliction of duty on the part of the public servants, resulting in harassment, injustice, and the grievance and allegations of the people is enormously increasing. What is the reason for this? There must be a reason for it. Sooner the better we identify this reason. Particularly the young ones who are sitting here. Particularly when you are stepping into some jobs, some enterprising career, venture. That is because of the thoughts. The thoughts that we generate in our mind formulate our personality, our character, our values, our ideas. Now we are saying, because of the thought of selfishness, because of the thought of corrupt idea of acquiring more and more, government is giving to all public servants enough and more. But they are greedy. The thoughts of greed, the thoughts of selfishness make them go against the law, against the fairness, against the values, ideals, and indulge in all these corrupt activities. So, when it becomes a habit to become corrupt, corruption, nepotism, favoritism, and all associated vices will come, and the nation and the state will be completely, it will come in the grip of these vices, these ills and evils. Cost is, what is the cost of this? The cost of this is growth of the state, growth of the nation. 50% of the investments which is proposed in a project is eaten away. So over a period of time, if 50% of our budget is eaten away, only 50% will go to the development. So whatever can be developed in 10 years will take 20 years. Whatever can be developed in 20 years will take 40 years. Look at the cost of it. So the young mind, now you have to nip in the bud that thought of greed, that thought of selfishness, that thought of associated with corrupt motives. And in its place, you can generate the thought of service, sublime thought of contribution, sublime thought of love, sublime thought of harmony, respect, compassion. All positive thoughts can be generated, germinated. You just remove the thoughts of negative thoughts and allow the positive thoughts to germinate like a seed. You put the seed in a fertile land. Whatever seed you sow, that plant will germinate. You water it, manure it, and the plant grows very profoundly, luxuriantly, and it starts yielding fruits. Fruits, beautiful fruits and flowers. If you don't care for it, then weeds will grow. The garden will be full of weeds. Something will grow. So in your mind, if you don't allow good thoughts to grow, positive thoughts to grow, don't nourish those thoughts and don't care for it, then it will be like a garden where weeds have grown. Wild forest, jungle, mind becomes a jungle. So that is how minds of so many corrupt people are like jungles. At least there are living wild animals and beautiful animals in jungles. But here in this, that kind of a dirty mind, even animals also will not survive. So therefore, time has come. Time has come to cultivate our minds and generate thoughts which are positive. There is a scientific reason for this. Why I am saying this is it. There is a law of attraction. What is the meaning of this law of attraction pertaining to thoughts? You think one positive thought, it attracts tens, hundreds of positive associated thoughts. For example, you think of excellence. Your thought of excellence in your studies, your thought of obtaining rank in your studies, your thought of coming first to the class, developing yourself into a best student of the year, that thought will attract associated thoughts of hard work, associated thought of concentration in the class, associated thought of doing homework continuously, all associated thoughts, hundreds of associated positive thoughts, they will come and they act as energy. Thoughts are energy. Thoughts are like energy. The energy becomes denser and denser and denser. It becomes so very congruent energy, it forces you to act. It wakes you up at 5 o'clock. It makes you to run. It makes you to burn the midnight oil. And it makes you to improve your language, improve your writing. Everything will improve. So you become a very successful, positive and brilliant student. There is no doubt about it, and it is law. It is not law made by the human beings, legislature, but it is the law of the nature, law of God. You follow it and you challenge me if you are not going to succeed in your mission. Take any vision, take any goal, put it there and say, I am going to achieve this goal. Have thoughts associated with that goal. Think about it, think again and again, make it denser, make it an atom bomb in your mind. It drives you to action and he will succeed, he will achieve the goal. Now, think about the negative. You take a thought which is destructive. How terrorists can burn cities because their denser energy is a negative energy, a violent energy, an energy that kills. So therefore, he develops that thought into a denser energy, and thereafter it explodes into a violent action. Same law applies there. So therefore, it is very important to select positive thoughts, thoughts of love for your parents, thoughts of love for your colleagues, thoughts of harmony in different sections of the community, thoughts of compassion. It takes the nation to the higher level. No conflict in the country, no violence, no agitations, only peaceful protests if you are trying to say something. So this is the revolution that has to take place in the minds of the young people. And I am sure many of you who are here, who are stepping out of this institution with a wonderful degree in your hand, you will successfully practice this, imbibe this, and observe and follow this law, the law of attraction. So I am now coming to the basic point of this, and I am going to end in another 3-4 minutes. How to develop thoughts like this? The thoughts will come like this. Do you pick up from the clouds or from hovering thoughts here and then put them there? How do you develop the positive thoughts? The positive thoughts come out of your beliefs. These thoughts stem out of your belief system. For example, you believe in excellence. You don't believe in mediocrity. Then the thoughts of excellence, thoughts pertaining to excellence, of hard work, of sincerity, of industry, all these thoughts will emerge from the belief of excellence. Supposing you believe in patriotism, my nation, my country, then the patriotic feelings will help you to generate thoughts of harmony, thoughts of peace, thoughts of oneness, no boundaries, no divisions by language, no divisions by territorial demarcations. So you are one, as you are one here in this college, in this university. People from different states have come here, people speaking different languages, a platform where there is a congregation of several states, several religions, several sects, languages, and you are one here. You have absolutely no discrimination whatsoever. What a platform! What a platform to develop that kind of patriotic feelings and oneness, togetherness. So that is the belief. If you believe in this, that belief system which is inculcated here in this university with you, if you continue this, if you contribute this, if you spread this to the others, then you have done a wonderful job to the nation, which wants now very badly such kind of feelings. Similarly, you take any other belief system. There are so many beliefs. Parents have told us, be watchful, be vigilant, be careful. Being careful, I am careful in all my activities. If you are believing in this, I am watchful, you are believing in this, then all margins of error will be minimized. Whoever is careful, watchful, diligent, vigilant, his margin of errors in the discharge of his duty will be minimum. I will say he will not commit, I will not say he will not commit any mistake, but the margin of errors will be very minimum. Like take an example of a judge. A judge is vigilant. A judge is very careful. A judge is careful and acquires knowledge, latest knowledge. He listens to the arguments. He sits back, balances, and pronounces the judgment. The margin of error is very, very minimal, and he is bound to give a very just judgment. judgment which upholds the truth and punishes the wrongdoer. So therefore, that because the belief system is, I am going to deliver justice, a fair and acceptable justice. So like that, teachers, vice chancellor, administrators, Lokayukta, the belief system, and from that belief system thoughts come, and those thoughts drive you to action. So, belief, thought, action. Develop wonderful beliefs, beliefs regarding your health, belief regarding your knowledge, belief regarding your nation, belief regarding your contribution to the society, service, and all sublime thoughts from that belief will emerge, and you will not have negative thoughts at all, only positive thoughts. And your actions coming out of those thoughts are commensurate with your thoughts only, because actions are the result of thoughts. Seeds produce plants, plants produce fruits. Enjoy the fruits, beautiful, abundant fruits in the garden, garden of the mind. So therefore, I will end by saying that this is not the principle that I have chosen to share with you today. This is the principle as old as civilization. This is said in the Upanishads. This is said by the Buddha. This is there in the Bible. Socrates, Aristotle, all thinkers, philosophers over the civilization have propounded this. Your thoughts make your personality. As you think, so you be. As he thinketh is a book written by one of the famous English writers. As he thinketh, so he will be. So therefore, I now on this wonderful occasion call upon the young minds to cultivate their minds with wonderful, beautiful thoughts, and those thoughts will drive you to beautiful, wonderful actions, and they will blossom your career into great citizens of this nation. I must express my grateful thanks to the Vice Chancellor, to the Registrar, to all the academicians for the excellent training programs that is put in place in this campus. A very beautiful concept where conglomeration of all types of students we can find, and on the 7th Convocation ceremony, I congratulate all the graduates who have obtained the degree, the postgraduates, the PhD holders, the rank holders, and wishing you all the very best in the future, in the near future to come. Thank you very much.
Powers vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, I admit those candidates to the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English, Master of Arts in Kannada, English, Hindi, Linguistics, and Performing Arts in Hindustani Vocal, and Doctor of Philosophy in Kannada, English, Hindi, and Linguistics.
Thank you, sir.
Vice Chancellor, sir, I present before you the candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of...
By virtue of powers vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, I admit those candidates to the degree of Master in Computer Applications.
Thank you, sir.
I present before you the candidates we have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Engineering, Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Electronics. The candidates who have passed their examination in the years since last convocation may be admitted.
अभियांत्रिकी संकाय
vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, I admit those candidates to the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Master of Technology in Construction Technology, Computer Science Technology, Power and Engineering Technology, Information and Communication Technology, Computer Aided Design, Manufacture and Automation, Power and Energy Engineering, and Doctor of Philosophy in Engineering.
Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद महोदय। उपाधि प्राप्तकर्ता
As the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, I admit those candidates to the degree of Bachelor of Education by virtue of powers vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka. I admit those candidates to the degree of Master of Science in Life Science by virtue of powers vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka. I admit those candidates to the degree of Master of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication by virtue of powers vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka. I admit those candidates to the degree of Master of Law.
Thank you, sir. In respective subjects have been permitted to receive their degrees in absentia. I pray that they be admitted to their respective degrees. Doctoral degree receiving candidates, named one by one, please come and receive the degree, and I request the Honorable Chief Guest, Justice B.S. Patil, to present the doctoral degree certificates to the candidates. Mallikarjun, Department of Commerce. Belavadi Nikhil, Department of Commerce. Suddi, Department of Business Studies. Bharti Lakshmi Paul. Lakshmi Parmeshwar Murgot, Department of Physics. Abdul Majid, Department of History. Navya Sankirtana CH, Department of Psychology. Grishma Rajgopal, Department of Psychology. Saranya K, Department of Geology. Department of Geology. Rosna Davis, Department of Social Work. Rajeshwar T, Department of Social Work.
Geology. Balikari Divangana. I request parents of Balikari Divangana to outstanding academic achievements, commendable research endeavors, and notable contributions to the society. This grand ceremony has marked a significant milestone in the academic journey of Central University of Karnataka and its graduating students under the active, dynamic leadership of Professor Battu Satyanarayan, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, and his dynamic team. Therefore, it is my pleasant and bounden duty to offer vote of thanks to the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and all those who have significantly contributed to the university to make this mega event ever memorable and a grand success. To begin with, on behalf of the Central University of Karnataka, all the invitees and students who have gathered here, I profoundly thank Honorable Justice Sri B.S. Patil, Lokayukta, State of Karnataka, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of 7th Convocation of CUK and having delivered a wonderful, thought-provoking, inspiring speech on the issues related to voice of judgment, voice of cynicism, and voice of fairness, highlighting the important role of teachers in shaping the career of student friends, and also highlighting the important roles of students in nation building activities. Sir, we as a family member of CUK grateful to you for your great message that good thoughts bear good fruits and bad thoughts bear bad fruits. Thank you so much, sir. I am also thankful to Mrs. B.S. Patil Madam for gracing the occasion. Similarly, I wholeheartedly thank Sri Vijay Keshav Gokhale, Honorable Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, for sending his best wishes for successful completion of 7th Convocation of CUK. I am also thankful to Professor Sudhakar Redla, Professor P.B. Gai, Professor S.D. Osmani sir, EC member of CUK, for sending best message for the successful of this convocation. I profoundly thank Professor Battu Satyanarayan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central University of Karnataka, for his unstinted commitment and dedication towards developing the CUK as the center of excellence through the principles of transparency, accountability, democracy, and for having presided over the 7th Convocation ceremony of CUK and delivered very wonderful, thought-provoking address. I sincerely thank Kota Sai Krishnaji, Controller of Examination and In-charge Finance Officer of CUK, for bringing about a significant improvement in the functioning of exam section as well as finance section during last 1 year, and for successful organization and completion of the 7th Convocation of CUK. I sincerely express my deep sense of gratitude to honorable members of court of CUK for having contributed their expertise to shape and reshape academic and non-academic pursuits during last 1 year, and for having participated in the 7th Convocation and gracing the occasion. I wholeheartedly thank all the honorable members of Executive Council for having provided valuable suggestions, expertise to take suitable decisions and making our university more academic, research and innovative oriented, and for having participated in the 7th Convocation and gracing the occasion. I would like to thank all the members of Academic Council for providing your expertise and shaping and reshaping the academic activities during the last 1 year and having participated in the 7th Convocation of CUK and then gracing the occasion. I sincerely acknowledge and thank the members of Finance Committee for their active support to take up several academic and research activities in CUK, and thanks are also due to members of Building Committee for their support. I also extend heartfelt gratitude to all the deans of different schools of studies for your continuous support and valuable suggestions towards ensuring quality teaching, research, innovation, and effective administration, and having participated in the 7th Convocation of CUK and gracing the occasion. I take this opportunity to thank the deans Campus Development, Dean DSW, Director and Deputy Director of Academics, Librarian, Deputy Librarian, all the heads of the department, media, medical officers, electrical and civil engineers of CUK, teaching fraternity, non-teaching fraternity, and internal audit officer and staff of CUK for your valuable contributions in shaping the academic career of the students, and full support to the administration and active participation in the 7th Convocation of CUK, thereby making this ceremony a grand success. I sincerely thank all the chairpersons, conveners, members of different committees of Convocation and student volunteers for your tireless and unstinted contribution towards successful organization and completion of the 7th Convocation of CUK. I sincerely express my deep sense of gratitude to all the special invitees and parents, guests from different places of India and Karnataka for having gracious presence and making this Convocation a grand success. I congratulate all the UG, PG students, PhD scholars, gold medalists of different departments for having availed the degrees and awards on this auspicious occasion, and my sincere thanks are also due to all of you for having physically participated in the 7th Convocation and made it a grand success and a meaningful ceremony. I also take this opportunity to thank Ganapati Shinnur, Associate Professor, Department of Business Studies, for rendering valuable services of PRO of CUK, and all the print, electronic media persons who have gathered here for wider publicity of our Convocation and for their gracious presence. I also thank Ankita Satpathy and Professor Basura Kodagunte and Dr. Swapnila Chaplekar for their nice conduct of the program, and also thanks are due to Jayadev Jagnamsetti and her team for very interesting rendering nice Convocation and song and national anthem. Last but not least, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the police officers of Narona and Alan Police Station and CUK security personnel for providing security services. With these words I acknowledge, I conclude the vote of thanks and wish you all the best. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.
By the virtue of powers vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, I declare the 7th Convocation is closed.
Thank you, sir.